Hello and welcome to SmartFactory for LN. We are a leader in digital or cloud manufacturing solutions for Infor. In this video, we will look specifically at the manufacturing execution system app called Shop Floor. For SmartFactory MES, everything starts and ends in LN, so let's go out to our LN account. Today we'll be looking at production order 1246, which is a serialized item. A little bit more about this particular finished good. There are 4 operations: cut, buff, build, and inspect. Today we'll be looking at the cut operation, but executing through SmartFactory is a very consistent process regardless of the operation. One other important thing to be aware, at Operation 10, the cut step, there is one lot controlled component that will be issued to execute this work. As I said, everything in SmartFactory starts in LN. When production orders are released, the production order, the bill of material, and the routing sequence are all mapped to SmartFactory for operators to execute on the shop floor. Now, let's go execute this production order. You're now looking at SmartFactory, and we're at the check-in app, which allows me as an operator to either select my work center where I may stay permanently or be able to move around the facility. To execute Operation 10, we'll be at the Cut Work Center. From check-in, I move to the Shop Floor app. I'm going to select 1246, identify my shift for reporting purposes. Identifying a lead or a lead operator is optional, and we'll start what we call a production run. SmartFactory takes me to my work summary, where you can see I have a full complement of reporting elements available to me. I'll start with my work instructions, where SmartFactory presents whatever instructions, whatever reference materials are relevant to help the operator execute properly. If you have reference materials in any document control system, SmartFactory can take the operator to the most current revision to ensure that they are doing things correctly and easily toggle between the work summary and that reference. For every line item of instruction, different images or references are possible as needed. I have the opportunity to go switch between other production orders if that's a requirement at my workstation, a progress bar, some performance metrics, all of my fundamental manufacturing reporting, and you'll also notice 2 inspections are required by me, the operator, at this step. But first, let's go issue our components. I have my one lot controlled item that you saw. What I'm doing today is I'm simulating the shop floor. I have a scanner and I have a barcode. I'm going to scan a barcode, attempt to issue this. Now, I've purposely entered a lot number that has been consumed and no longer available in LN. You'll notice that we're running a validation back to Infor to ensure I have a valid material issue. You'll notice I get a warning message that there are no longer 2 units of this lot available, and I'll simply scan the proper lot. So it's critical to note that SmartFactory validates any lot or serialized item to ensure that traceability integrity is maintained. Screen goes clear, meaning that that issue was accepted. Let's go out and look at downtime. I'll actually be going to a separate app linked to Shop Floor to be nimble and flexible. Inside my downtime app, you'll notice that my context of the work order is preserved. I'm going to have a category for my downtime. I'm able to select reasons and account for the minutes lost. If I were using machine integration and signals were providing data to the operator, the minutes lost would be accurate, the reason may be safety related, and the operator has the opportunity to update that reason to the best of his ability. Let's go back to shop floor. Labor reporting works in a similar fashion. Context of the work order is preserved. I have the opportunity to identify categories, which exposes the various positions eligible to work at this operation. Straight and overtime is represented in order to capture the most approximate actual labor cost possible, and I make my entries. I may account only for myself or the crew that I may be working with. Shop floor makes that very flexible, particularly in scenarios where supervisors or leads move crew members around from one work center to another. I'm ready to report production, and what you'll notice is for this serialized item, serial numbers were generated in LN, mapped to SmartFactory for my use, immediately recognizes one should I need to print a label. It's telling me I've got to select which option I want. We can load any series of ZPL codes. You'll notice during the refresh, it picks up the specifics of this work order. You'll also notice that as I report production, my progress bar updates as well as my performance metrics in the upper right corner. Given this operation is to take several minutes, you could see that I'm wildly efficient in this very short demo. A few other things to point out, and I'll only do one. You'll see more of this in our quality demo, but should I need to do in-process inspections, they're presented to the operator. I may have additional references, or I can go straight away into the inspection. In this particular case, I'm responsible to check 3 items in terms of managing how well I'm controlling the process. Again, look for our video of quality and compliance. Back to the work summary, I want to point out a couple other items quickly. Should there be a situation arise where I do not have the opportunity to select what's happening through a drop-down, I have the opportunity for production notes. You'll notice my camera will immediately engage, allowing me to take a picture depending on the device that I'm using, but I can use the notes section in order to communicate to the continuous improvement or the production manager what I saw at this operation. In this case, I want to note that the guides were slipping as the job progressed. And by clicking action required, I'm actually sending a signal to the Kappa app for the Kappa manager to respond. My production note is captured. I'll go back to shop floor. 2 other things to point out before we return to LN. SmartFactory enables dashboards and analytics. You'll see this work center summary communicates how effectively this department is operating. The color coding makes it very simple to see where the supervisor may need to intercede. Depending on the data I'm collecting, I may broadcast downtime Paretos, process control analysis, or how well are we adhering to product compliance. Last item to show you, the details button allows me to review everything that I'm reporting. I have the opportunity, just like you saw me edit the downtime, to edit any of my entries if I discover they are incorrect. You'll notice with both component and production reporting, they are immediately processed in LN in real time. The opportunity to correct an entry is ultimately possible, but in this case, both were accurate and processed correctly. I'll save my product run, capturing all the data in the tables in SmartFactory. The appropriate transaction data has already been mapped back to LN and processed, as you saw, my work queue updates, and you could see that I've produced the 1 of 1 required for this production order. As I return to LN, you'll notice that production order 1246 is now active. If I look at my operations tab, you'll notice that operation 10 has completed 1 of the 1 required. It's also in an active state, and operation 20 is ready to start. From a materials perspective, you could see the lot controlled item at operation 10. The 2 that were required have been appropriately issued. And if I look at the production warehouse orders for that particular component, you'll see that it recognized lot number 17 has been issued for this production order, and that traceability is preserved. I'll emphasize that lot 15 that I first attempted to issue was not valid and was not accepted. If I were to progress through any of the other operation steps, buff, build, or inspect, the operator's process would be very consistent inside shop floor, supporting standardization and scalability across your enterprise. We hope this video of SmartFactory MES, or shop floor, and its integration to LN has been helpful. Thank you for watching today's video. Please contact PCG if SmartFactory is of interest to you, and we encourage you to review the other videos in this series.